Seven Middle School was founded in 2001 by a group of parents that wanted a different type of middle school option for their sons. They didn't see a school like this one in the landscape of the Richmond private schools. And interestingly, most of these boys came from public school and then went back to a public high school option. So it's a bit different from a lot of models where you start in private school, you stay in private school. But for many of our students, that's not the pathway they follow. So the school opened in 2001 over on Hawthorne Avenue at St. Thomas Church, then expanded into Lewis Skinner Recreation Association, and in 2008 moved to this location here on Overbrook. The school serves students in grades 5 through 8, though we don't have 5th grade here, we have bridge. And the idea is it's a bridge from elementary to middle school. So students can come from 4th and do a bridge year and then 6th grade, or they can do 5th grade and then come for a bridge year and do 6th grade. It serves a lot of students well, especially those who maybe are just young for their grade chronologically. Perhaps they are, maybe need a little more emotional maturity, need a little more social maturity, could benefit from another year academically. Our curriculum is a year accelerated. For example, our 8th graders in math do either Algebra 1 or Geometry, and so having them have that extra time to get sort of ahead in math is really beneficial. I've often said my job is to not mess this up. I followed the founding head of school, who was appointed by that group of parents that founded the school in 2001. And the ideal to make middle school as hands-on of a place as it can be, where the learning is authentic as possible and has an implication in the real world, where our boys have a chance to build relationships in a climate that is small. We say here learning happens in relationship, and you'll see our boys are outside 3 times a day with all their peers, with their teachers, building those relationships in close contact. When you think about the relationship in an elementary school where you are with your teacher all the time and you know them and they know you. And then in middle school, often you're siloed. You only see your teachers in that classroom setting. Here, you get a chance to interact with your teachers, not just in class, but outside at break every day, at lunch every day, and we're all together. And so, boys who are playing alongside their teachers and learning alongside their teachers can develop a different type of relationship that feels like a friendship, even though they know where the sort of respect line is. And it's really delightful. And a lot of times I say that we preserve their boyhood here by giving them the opportunity to play. So many middle schools, there's not that chance to move. That's reinforced in our classrooms, where you'll see, variant height tables, stand-up desks. Boys have freedom of movement for the most part, as long as they're not disrupting their own learning or anyone else's learning. Again, the model is sort of built around everything we know that works for middle school boys and where they are. So much of school, I think, is centered on the notion that, well, you need to be ready for this thing that's coming next. We meet them where they are right now and prepare them at that level and build scaffolding for where they are. We know middle school boys are weaker with impulse control and executive functioning, so we build structures to support the executive functioning needs, so that when they get to high school, right, they have those tools, they've developed those tools with support, not just by sort of saying, well, you need to know how to do this. And so that's a real gift, I think, that we give our students. We send boys to an array of high schools. I was looking back through data the other day. Over our last 246 graduates, they have been to 53 different high school programs. So it really is all over, the metro area, as well as a few to, a variety of boarding schools, and then just schools across when families have had to move. We sent one to Baltimore School of the Arts a number of years ago because they were moving out of town.